Hello, and welcome to the My Health, My Way podcast powered by MYDAWA. Our aim for this is to make conversations around health more accessible and more fun. And my name is Dushikoria.
And I am Dr. Samira. I'm the head of medical at MYDAWA.
And I am Feeling Degwa, and we are your hosts.
This is our first episode. We are really excited. We're so excited to get into this conversation.
Yes.
And first of all, what we wanted to do is just get to why we decided to have a podcast. What was the thought process behind it?
Yeah.
Why my health, my way?
Yeah.
Dr. Samira, do you wanna take us
Telehealth.
off?
Yeah.
Dr. Samira.
As we mentioned, this podcast is powered by MYDAWA, and as a leading telehealth expert in Kenya, we have really, I think, for the past 2.5 years, we've just been in the space trying to identify what's the best way, I think, to just talk to our patients. I like saying, like, just it's a one-on-one, like whether it's a phone, whether it's a video call, and like what would make it more interesting for you to take better care of your health. Like,
Right.
is it like get an email saying high blood pressure?
Not high blood pressure.
No.
Or would you like to just get a call and
Yeah.
just like
Right.
like take you through like the 1, 2, 3
steps.
steps. So I think podcast is also a leading way of interacting with
Outreach.
your
Yeah.
patients, your my parents, my
Right.
mother looking
Yeah.
at you.
And even hopeful clients, I'm guessing, because it's not just about the existing clientele, just talking to people generally about health and then giving them an avenue for where they can get more information from not only from here, but then from the site and from the interaction with doctors and all that happens now on the back end of our beautiful faces. You know what I'm saying?
So which is health, wellness, skincare? Do you do the whole nine? Is it the whole shebang?
Yes, we try. We try our best.
Yeah.
But yes, I think you cannot separate health. It's like the
Exactly.
the human being as a whole. So
Exactly.
it's everything to how you're eating, to do you exercise.
Exactly.
Winnie.
Oh, wait, guys.
Did you join that gym yet?
I'm attacked.
She said, just throw. It's only been 10 minutes. Okay, let's go, baby. Guns are blazing.
So yes, it's wholesome.
So even, let's say I had a pre-existing condition. Does it lie in the same scope?
Yeah. It's keen. It's nice that you already know that there are things that run in the family that you have to be careful of, and just make sure, like, you avoid the risk factors.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. So I think what we're going to now get into is a conversation generally about telehealth, what it means. I'm personally a millennial of the middle kind. I'm saying I'm not too old. I know I might look like I'm 20 something, but
19 forever 21.
I just arrived. But I just arrived, baby. I was born literally just the other day. So I wanted us to have a conversation about telehealth in general. What does it mean?
Yeah, what is telehealth?
Yeah, because like we know the health part and the telephone, but like, does it mean telephone health or does it mean like,
What does it mean to you guys? Let me just throw it back to you, Finny.
I guess telecommunication.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Telecommunication. That's
like,
what I would assume if I had telehealth.
Okay.
However, I guess technology is something to do with the same. So health information through technology? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure.
You know what? She gets a 10 out of 10 in that class. I'm just like, I don't even have to say anything. What am I going to say?
Period.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
What is she going to say?
Yeah, actually, what's your answer?
Well, I just have a 3-word answer. It's just remote care. Like care but remote. So
Simply
however it's going to be, whether it's through WhatsApp, through a phone call, virtual visit, whether you have to book your calendar for it. It's just remote care. Basically that's it in simple terms. But there's like different renditions. So there's teledermatology, where you can send you can send like images of your skin, and then
someone can tell me like if I have hyperpigmentation.
Someone can look at the photo
Or
and say,
acne?
hey, actually,
Really?
this is a fungal infection, not.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, this is a sunburn.
Yes.
Sorry, I went to doctor
I was like,
immediately.
whoa, what did she say?
I'm like,
my brain is just trying to figure out, okay. I had no idea you could do that. I never
Yeah.
thought that I could send you a photo of my skin and then you tell me that based on just what I see,
I can be able to
right, and not having to
determine
go
what
and
you're going
because
through.
that thing for going to the hospital,
Yeah.
and the lines.
Yeah.
And then
It's just a lot of hassle. and
it's the
bustle.
triage, and then it's the wait,
Yeah.
and then it's the I want to take a nap, but then I also need to use the bathroom, but I'm scared if the doctor calls me and I'm not there, maybe it's my personal line, then I gotta go, and then I have to wait again to get my medication and stand in line again. And like my knees don't work the way they used to. I know I said I'm 20 something, but like no,
Child.
they do. So I'm tired. Yeah, so I
Megan
love,
who?
like the stallion, baby, formerly of the stallions, currently of the older generation. So it's really nice to know that now there's an option where you don't have to put yourself through that excessive, extensive process and have a more accessible just from, like, what do they say, the touch of the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
What
touch of
else
the
does
phone.
it entail though? So can I get a prescription through the same communication that I have with a licensed doctor or physician? Can I be able to get a referral, say if I need further specialization or further research to figure out what exactly I have? Yeah.
I can walk you through what, for example, we do at MYDAWA.
Perfect.
MYDAWA. So what happens is it's two-pronged. So you can you already know what supplements you want, or you already know what condition you have and the meds you've been taking. So you just want that prescription that you got from your long queues in the pharmacy, and you don't want to go back to your doctor and say, okay, now I'm ready for the meds because my meds just ran out. You just upload the prescription and you get it delivered to your doorstep. Or you could possibly be having like a flu, like we've been having like an increased cases of flu recently. So, and you just want to talk to, instead of going to the pharmacy and buying that antibiotic,
Right.
and
off the
increasing the
counter.
statistics of antimicrobial resistance, you can just call a doctor and say, these are my symptoms. And in fact, 9 out of 10 times, you don't need that antibiotic. So you
which is
get
true.
your supplements, you boost your immunity, you get a wholesome experience at your office, at your
from the
like,
comfort
from the
of
comfort of your sofa,
your home or your phone.
But I think you can also like what it's expanded to. People are like experimenting with like self-monitoring devices where I can have my
Blood pressure.
like glucometer or my the sugar one is called glucometer.
Like you can wear it.
No.
The one for you prick your finger.
But you connect it to your phone, and then the readings are sent directly to
I'll
your
be in the
doctor.
future. What do you mean?
Imagine.
Wait, start again.
So
you can
do your readings, and then you put all your findings or your values on your app and your phone, and then the doctor, whoever he is or she is in the back end, can see like all the readings that you've been putting so far. So
see, we're in the future, gently. Maziya. There's a spaceship actually outside.
So like it can be anything. It could be how I got into this space is how best can you reduce the queues and the burden in the hospital, especially when COVID hit, unfortunately, is when the business, like for telemedicine or telehealth, whatever you want to refer it to, boomed. Because everyone was told, don't go to the hospital, they have the bug.
Social distance.
Right, so you get even worse. I had a fear of like getting to hospital and then getting worse than I was at home.
Maybe
So
contracting something you didn't have before.
So imagine at the comfort of your home getting a test done, and then a doctor is calling you, and you have like a care package, which is what I used to do, where you have your blood glucose machine, your oxygen machine, oximeter, and then you have all your
Not
dawas.
the odometer.
Not the odometer.
Hey, guy. I should have gone to med school.
Oximeter is for cars, huh?
Odometer.
So
Anyway, let's move on.
Not your odometer. And then you just tell your doctor how you're feeling, like on a either 3-hourly basis, hourly basis, however you want it. So that now the moment if you're improving, that's fantastic. But if there's something that is going wrong, the doctor can pick it up early and refer you to actually the facility. So as I said, at MYDAWA now we have like referral channels. So we can send you to either your hospital of choice, your insurance's hospital of choice, or like our partners.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then we have like lab partners who can come to your house of office and do it for you.
And do your blood
Convenient.
test and everything. How amazing is that?
Convenient.
Cynthia.
Okay.
And then at the end of the day, if the consultation results in a prescription, then it is also delivered to your doorstep.
100%.
Yeah.
Actually, thinking about the way you've walked us through that process from the beginning to end, it sounds like that's actually ideal for the working person in this day and age, for a parent right now. It makes so much sense than what we've been experiencing beforehand, which has been a lot more taxing, I think, for people.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask, and it has completely disappeared. I was going to ask you, give me a minute, Akib, it's coming.
As you're thinking, there's also like platforms where if you want to access like your specialist, they are already there and you can book your appointments remotely, and then you can go for your visit either physically or virtually, or like at the time you have slotted your appointment for. I feel like there's so many ways you can work around it. You can go if your doctor is feeling like you need a chest X-ray to be done.
Right.
You can go do your chest X-ray. The chest X-ray can be sent to your doctor, and then he can have a conversation with you. You don't need to go to a physical like queuing process to get your results.
Yeah.
So like there's so many aspects.
Or to even wait for the result to take it to the doctor.
Yeah.
I was going to say, even having a place where all your medical history is in one space. For example, during this flu season, at the beginning of this year, I got tonsillitis, really bad tonsillitis. I haven't had tonsillitis in years. I think I even forgot they were there. Like I was like, hi, did I remove them? Because like, hi, what's up? So I ended up with like past build-up and all that. It was like really, really bad. I went to different, because it was about convenience for me. Like I'm leaving, I have work, so I'd go to the closest clinic. They give me maybe an antibiotic. I go take it for the 3-4 days. I'm back again with another. So I would end up in different clinics or hospitals, and I went to, I think, 4 different places.
Yeah.
By the time, and it kept on recurring over weeks, like consistently over weeks. Got checked for COVID, even thought that maybe it's a COVID, like I had COVID. By the time I ended up at the final clinic, I was put on IV antibiotics because they were like, this is so, it's you, and you've had it recurringly. But you see, if I had just gone on to a platform like MYDAWA
that has a network
and there's all
and
this,
uploaded all your
and they have all this history, and they're able to tell that, so she's taken this didn't work, let's try this out. I would have probably ended up saving myself 3 weeks of extreme illness, right, and also overdosing myself on antibiotics, which at the end of the day, by my last appointment, I was told I didn't need half of them. Like I could have had maybe the IV antibiotics in the beginning and not needed the oral antibiotics that I ended up taking over a long time. And you know, also antibiotics affect your gut health. They tend to, for women, they can give you yeast infections. So there was all that ended up happening. And I'm like, that it makes a lot of sense, not only for chronic illnesses, but even things that come up on a day-to-day. You can avoid a lot of the tedious journey, even on your body. That you don't need to go through if someone has all your records just in one place, even for a small thing that we consider like a cold. So I love that. I love that concept, and they're now looking at it practically. I should have gotten on MYDAWA, baby.
Dr. Samira, I actually have a question for. I don't know how it relates. Maybe you can educate me. Say I don't have internet connection. Say I only have the knowledge of MYDAWA's platform. Or how do I get onto this telehealth?
Telehealth.
How do I get?
She's like telecommunications.
Health-wise. How do I get onto this telehealth board? Say I don't have access to internet, but I truly have a need for the services.
So there are many channels. We call them like entry points where you can come from. You can either SMS us, and a doctor will call you back. Or you can simply just directly call. And like there's that whole system that will differentiate you from a normal customer who's just like asking about a product, and then if you say you want to talk to a doctor, then you're patched through to a doctor. So and then you get the consultation directly. So there's SMS, and we're even probably going to look into USSD options. You know,
just star 746.
So like the channels should be many, because again, we've seen like we're not all tech savvy.
100%. There's people in Mashinani, somewhere in Madeira, Nyeri, who still probably need assistance.
How did you pick the people?
I'm from Nyeri, guys. I'm a Nyeri girl, okay? I'm a Nyeri girl.
We're talking about the people of Madeira.
Well, not Madeira, guys.
But
I'm a Nyeri girl. What they say about Nyeri women is not true. But
we're going to believe you.
But yeah, I would like to. I'm very happy to hear that these services are also offered to people who don't necessarily have internet connection or have access to smartphones and stuff. Because there's quite a large group of Kenyans that don't have that luxury.
People in Nairobi, a lot of people don't have smartphones, and they just have very regular phones where they would require that call option, the SMS option, the USSD option. Because it's not even about whether it's interest right now, we're in a tough, not political, economic time.
Yes.
So, of course, not everyone has the capability to start telling themselves that they want a phone because access for people these days, WhatsApp is something that's maybe a lot more new age, right?
Yeah.
So having all those other options are really important.
Oh, yeah, but one thing about it, it's convenient. Yeah.
Have any of you had any telehealth experiences?
I have. With MYDAWA.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. And I actually did get assistance. And I actually did get help, which was quite intriguing because I didn't have to leave. I was feeling unwell. I was at the office. Quickly just went on the website, got the pop-up, and asked to speak to somebody. And with my symptoms, whatever they were,
You don't gotta know everything, guys.
TMI.
I was actually able to get assistance, and it was quite easy, convenient. I was able to get my medication and able to heal just from the comfort of my laptop, which was quite interesting. Have you?
I have as well. And I've used them to get tests done.
MYDAWA?
Yes.
Ooh.
Actually, sorry, yes, MYDAWA. Got my tests done, came to me, sent my results, got if I needed meds, got meds. Like, it was so seamless. I remember thinking,
Too easy.
wow, I've just been here in the house just giving. You know what I'm saying? And all this happened so seamlessly. And I remember also, and most importantly, there was also a lot of care. The person on the back end was very caring. Like, you could tell, it's almost like I was like, do you want to have coffee? Like, after
My God.
I don't know, like, you want to hang out?
They actually called me as well.
Yeah.
I think they called me after when I was doing the consultation, something of the sort. Yeah, they gave me a ring, and I was like, okay. A ring felt more personalized,
Right.
not just speaking to somebody through a keyboard. But when they gave me a ring and the doctor spoke to me, and I was like,
I know, and I actually I got a call back again after a month.
Oh, yeah.
From the same person who called me initially, just follow up, how you feeling? Do you
I
feel like
love that.
I was like, sweetie.
Did you give me a gift?
Like, do you want to hang out? Like, what's up now? We're best. I don't know. Like, where do we go from here? We can't never talk again.
Where are your offices?
Like, we
I want to come see you.
Had experience too. What about you? Well, you're also...
but I think my journey into the telehealth space has been, I think, can I say luck? I don't know if it's good luck because it was bad luck for like the entire world, but it was COVID time.
Right.
And the senior doctor who was calling me that time for the job was like, well, you know, this is just going to be, you're just going to be monitoring and taking care of the COVID patients. I hope you don't mind. And I'm like, darling, anything and everything is an option right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like this Kenyan space, we tarmacked. We were out of work for I think more than 7 months. So like anything now, we want jobs. I mean, my colleagues are now striking for like 2 months.
Doctors strike. Nothing is giving.
Nothing is giving. So so that's how I even got into this telehealth space. So I was managing the COVID patients, and you'd find that a lot of these patients would appreciate, like, they had, I didn't mind, but they could call me midnight, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Right.
If they sensed any discomfort or like any kakitu tu, you know, daktari sijui nasikia aje.
Yeah,
Ring,
and at
ring.
that time, Kakitu too might have been go from 0 to 100.
Exactly.
Because like fear was heightened that time.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was just like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into the space, and then now I just like developed myself, and like now I'm just
How has it
steering
been for
myself
you?
into this.
How has it been for you as a doctor to have such a platform to care to probably more people than you would if you were sitting at a desk? Or how has it been for you in the telehealth space? What changed? How has it been?
Just keep on nodding. I swear it's going to come just now.
It's coming. I think it has not changed because what I didn't realize then was 70% of like my interaction with the patient is either way verbal. Like, it's just, how are you? How are you feeling? I'm writing the notes sour, but I'm also checking like your body language. How are you feeling? Like, are you happy? Like, you get like, so I think now like making that a teleconsultation where I can't see their facial expressions, but I'm trying to gauge them. So I'm like, how did you wake up this morning? Did you eat? How are you feeling? So starting from there, and then now like actually diving into what the condition is or what the issue is that they've called in. I think finding that balance, that was what was key. So I realized like we call it customer experience at MYDAWA. That was huge. So you can't just be like, I can't be like a doctor. How are you? Okay. How are your sugars today?
You have to go the extra
60.
mile.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You're good.
Right.
Bye. You have to you have to take care of them. You have to be like empathetic and like put yourself in their shoes and what would you want to be asked?
Yeah.
And I think that's what I developed more in
Yeah.
this space. So my empathetic side and like my
Customer service.
customer service.
And even having your ear listen out for an emotion that you can't see.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a very big thing. That,
Yeah.
And you're dealing with multiple people a day. And it's people who maybe you don't have... It's not I'm talking to my friend or my partner. I'm talking to this quote-unquote strangers, right? On a daily
has
basis.
their own like life
Right.
and like
So being able to pick up those cues must have been such a... Like, I'm sure now your ear can hear.
oh yeah, and then now being sensitive to like different conditions have different ways you have to approach them. Like I have gathered my courage to tell you I have an infection somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Ikoko.
you know,
Right, dry up a holly, pahali.
I feel like telehealth this space has given us
Oh my God.
Thought about it and wow, sweetie. Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It has given us the courage to actually talk to doctors without like feeling like, oh, I shouldn't tell them this because it's over the phone. You're not seeing me.
Right.
So I have to tell you about this infection.
And I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I say what I say.
So private.
I said what I said. Yeah. Actually, do you think,
privacy.
especially people who have that
like
shyness
that.
around speaking to doctors, because I always walk into a doctor's like office or space with that thing for I'm going to tell you everything. Ask me any questions, sweetie. I'm telling you because I usually tell myself if I'm not honest about it,
I won't get help.
The care that I
Yeah.
get.
Yeah.
But not everyone
a lot
thinks
of
like
people who I
that.
talk to keep on telling me that, so like, what if it's a male doctor? What if it's someone who I know? Because
Yeah.
now I've gotten to an age where a lot of the doctors who I'll go to the hospital to see, I'll find it to someone I was in high school with.
Yeah.
Then they're like, okay, so like, when was the last time? like you're asking me to pass, that's too personal. Like, let's start
It's
with
like
how
when
have
you
you been?
first started going to the doctors without your parents. You're like,
This is a lot.
what am I gonna say?
Or even if the doctor is cute, me used to get discombobulated. I'm just like, sweetie, I'm actually fine. I'm not feeling that
Where are
bad.
these doctors, please?
not even
Where are they?
feeling
Where
that
are they?
bad.
Where are the doctors?
I'm not even that unwell by the way. Actually, I was, hey, so what's your name, Dr. Who again? When there's the barrier of the phone, because then you also can tell yourself, you're not seeing me. I can be as honest as I need to be to get the care that I need.
And also
That
still
makes a
feel
lot of
that
sense.
of, I can't tell this doctor something. And it's what you say, you have to cultivate that customer service, that extra empathy. Because just because the person can't see you doesn't mean they also can't pick up that you are not comfortable. Yeah.
So you have to, So even like when I was setting up like the team at MYDAWA, like you have to be careful about these things. Like you have to do training for customer experience. Like we're not just doctors. So you're brilliant,
Giving a
but
service.
you need to like your customer service has to be on 100%.
I love that.
So like, out of curiosity, what are some of the myths that you've experienced about the telehealth space that we could clarify for people in this episode?
That you can get everything because it's online. So like I've had like people call in for like conditions where ideally you don't have that condition. There is no way you're suffering from that.
Is it called
But you just-
hypochondria? What's that thing called?
Yeah.
When you create illnesses in your
mind.
Yeah, the one for like, I have a skin rash, I have cancer. Let me tell you, I have this mole over here, and this mole has been here for a while.
I have
and
ADHD.
It's looking very cancerous. Cancerous, yeah? Cancerous. This cancerous. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I
Cancerous.
get that.
Okay. No, that and also
Sorry.
Did you just, it just came out?
What is cancer?
Cancerous, see? It's a new word. Look it up. We'll have a glossary
Please, you're
of
here
dictionary.
cooking.
I think she had cancerous. Yeah, you had cancerous.
Cancerous. We'll have a glossary for this episode just for our own vocabulary.
Cancerous.
Cancerous.
Cancer.
Sorry.
Madam
Correct.
Cancerous.
So yes, people have created this illnesses.
Yes. What I was alluding to was like, for example, I want a specific type of drug. I know the condition it's treating.
Okay.
I'm using it in another way. Like I'm using it for, A little siesta. Yes.
I just want to take a nap. It's been a few days and I haven't slept
A
well.
little
What's
fiesta.
I don't want melatonin.
Yeah.
Something stronger.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
people think like you can just get it, but there's like, for example, at MYDAWA we have like processes you have to go through before you can get like that little Viagra.
Like
Your Viagra mascara. Yeah.
that's off the
don't just
counter.
Yeah.
Is it not off the counter?
No.
Why? Why?
I don't think it should. I'm scared for the young boy. This was it.
Hi,
Let's
I'm
not do
Fini,
it.
and
I just want to say something small.
So why is it not off the counter?
Because I think people would misuse things if
Oh,
they
yeah.
came
100%.
or even like what's the medicine that helps with? I think I'm not too sure if it's an ADHD medication. I could be wrong, but helps with attention and helping you focus. It is
Focus.
Adderall, right?
Adderall.
Okay.
Because I'm guessing someone could just be like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you know,
like the way people misuse Xanax.
Yes,
right.
Xanax.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, there's a time I was on Xanax. You kitchen up like I'm to a rocker.
Riri
Ah, yeah,
Kenyans.
yeah. I was
Really,
diagnosed with anxiety. Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, I even said your kitu. Nikama, watch it, let's just stop that one. I was like, whoa, sweetie,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
You're sleeping
too
What
much.
is happening?
The sleep was sleeping.
Let me tell you,
Yeah, it was hitting.
I was in a different world. It was beautiful. Like, yeah.
We
Wow,
are
I would
not,
wake up and be like, that's
We're not
that's
Yeah,
encouraging.
we're not encouraging.
Look at me.
We are not
when I say this,
encouraging.
sweetie. Don't do it, okay? But it was a diagnosis which came
Prescribed,
from a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it took me on like a tailspin. Actually, didn't go back on it just because of how intense of a drug it is. And for day-to-day use, I felt like maybe I could pick an alternative. But I see how people could pick.
Yes.
I'm just like, I want this one, I want it.
Oh,
so
I
let me
like
just say what I need to
Google,
say.
yeah, so you Google like what it treats, and
what
then you call it and say
symptoms,
that's
yeah.
Hi, I've been told that I need this thing.
Or you cook your freaking symptoms or signs or what you've been going through just to get through that. So it's nice to see that you have policies in place.
process. Yeah.
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 You know, there's a time when I remember my folks used to tell me, we can't go to a doctor who has dreads.
What?
I'm serious.
What?
Yeah, it sounds African,
Because
parents.
it's like, you know, like, the thought was like dreadlocks, like you're not very serious.
Yep.
Or like now, if I have an earring, if I have a nose ring, for the longest time, even in my career,
Yeah.
people would look at me when I walk into like a boardroom and they're like,
Ugh.
and I'm like, yeah, I'm a serious lady. Do I wear my glasses? I'm a serious lady. And now I feel like telling someone of a certain, even maybe boomers, and maybe even some older millennials, that all you have to do is get onto your phone and a diagnosis, and you're thinking 100% like accurate.
Yeah, how?
Like, you don't know me. You haven't seen me, sweetie. I need you to feel my temperature. Actually, where do you guys usually put it here? I was like,
See, even
where is
here.
that
In the
temperature
mouth?
you need?
In the ear?
Oh, hiya.
Is there one for the ear?
You've seen
the
that?
mouth.
You've seen that trend for?
There's no for the ear?
How
There
when you put a millennial and a Gen Z in like on two sides of a door, and then you ask them pick up a phone, and the nanny does this, and then the nanny's like this, and I'm like, wow.
Me, I've not seen that one.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you after
yeah.
this. See me behind the tent. So
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Our crew behind the camera.
yeah, they're really
on
having a great time back
They were
there.
here. They were told, shut up and listen.
They were told, yeah, hey,
And then
wow.
listen.
They said, angusha kiti yote. So, yeah, that's another thing. So the temperature is not this.
Yeah, so you can have this. This is the common one, especially after COVID.
Yeah, 'cause
if
this
we're
one
not
not
having
like-
mouths. But for children, like you can have it in your
Still in
mouth.
the mouth. So is
Rectally.
there,
The ear.
ouch.
Ati, ouch.
Oh, baby.
Do that. Hey, get to know me first. I just arrived. What's up? Take me on a date. So,
what you're saying,
another
like,
myth
is-
I would wonder, like, people assume that because it's telehealth, it's not as serious as going to the actual clinic and seeing a doctor.
Yeah.
Right?
We get a lot of those where, like, traditionally the field has been get my history, examine me, and then give me my diagnosis. But what we don't realize is if you have a proper history, you already have like 80% of your
Yeah.
preliminary diagnosis. Then the examination, the lab works will just be kind of like fine-tuned, like the preliminary diagnosis.
Yeah, what we
Umesikia?
have.
Preliminary
Preliminary.
diagnosis. She's a
Ple-
doctor. Her name is Dr.
Thanks.
Somewhere.
I'm so serious. Even
Preliminary.
without my stethoscope. That is somewhere there.
It is.
Preliminary.
Where it?
Somewhere there.
Do you want to check our heart rate?
Preliminary.
Come for episode
I
2.
used to try to do that.
Tune in.
The background of the hearing is
Tune in to episode 2
preliminary.
for me.
Preliminary.
You know.
It is
It's been running.
preliminary.
I heard it like 2 or 3 times. It's been running.
I've been trying to say.
Do you think she's on loop?
It's the nyeri in me,
Someone
man.
needs to
Preliminary.
Someone needs to press play for you.
Literally.
Preliminary.
So yes, there are those myths, and we have a physical facility. MYDAWA has a level 2 facility where you can walk in and have your examination. So we don't do away with that. But
That's information that I didn't know. Thank you. Yeah.
So it's tailored to like case on case. If I have a homa, I've called in. I'm telling you, I have a 3-day history of like I'm coughing and I'm having like allergies.
Yeah.
Other than that, I feel fine. I want to go to work, but I'm just feeling fatigued.
Yeah.
Please help me. I feel like for that you can work around like treating it as viral, because 90% of the time it is viral.
Yes.
And then now if by day 7 you're not getting better, now you can start doing the lab test to confirm it's a bacterial, like all these things. So we have like algorithm.
Hey, you're using all the English words. You just said kinda kakienda. I mean, for our non-English
Preliminary.
non-Kenyan
Algorithm.
listeners,
You know, we are flowing
going.
here.
Do you want to look it again? Just
Dagetare.
Say it one last time.
Preliminary.
That was sweetie.
And also research has shown that it's not that different. Like getting your diagnosis from telehealth or a physical facility, it's just this like niches where if you actually have pain and you have to be examined, then you definitely need to come in and get examined or like things like that. But yeah, in conclusion.
Yeah, actually.
Can I conclude, please?
Yeah, yes, it's fine.
Finish them.
Feel free
Yes.
to conclude. Yeah, so I think that's a great understanding now of the myths, and then you've also bust the myths. It's called myth busting.
Myth buster.
Okay,
Bursting.
we burst the myths. Beautiful, glorious, great job, Victoria.
Preliminary. Don't play with me.
Why was I
Preliminary.
that laugh out of my voice?
Is it
Goodness.
I'm saying it right, no?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
thank
actually,
you.
very well.
Thank you.
You're doing it very well.
Thank you, Daktari.
Actually, we should maybe then have like part of our intro will be not only My Health MYDAWA podcast. What's our podcast name? I call it My Health MYDAWA. My Health MYWAY podcast. It's also preliminary.
Yeah.
Preliminary.
Congratulations.
Pulmonary.
Oh, well done.
Or as Finny calls it, My Health, My Podcast.
Yeah, let me tell you, we were removed so fast. We were removed.
non-existent.
I was like, whoa, I just arrived.
Who are you? I don't know.
We are the guests. Actually, I was really hoping that you would say that we are the hosts of, because I was like, hey, she may say, I'm the host of it. Thanks again for being here.
Your fingers are crossed. Please say we. Please say we.
I was like, please say the host, not, I'm the host.
You're in my world.
Okay, sir, Basi, able to really get.
Hey, mascaras.
Hey, we said the fun part. Now let's talk about the information part of this podcast, because
So we're saying trends.
we're having a great time.
What are the trends?
That's why you kwanza ndio kwenda jibu. If you don't ask her the questions, sweetie. Thank you.
Hey, you're mister.
Tuirudisha.
Just Rudisha.
Hey, Monsieur Eric. I apologize for. I need to turn it down, but then we gotta turn it up. Or is it the other way around?
Down,
Time.
Dushi. Ay.
Some of us are wearing winter shit.
She said. It's not
When
about the
Canada.
trends. I said,
Wow.
when you ask the question.
Okay.
Aye, Mungu Baba. So now we're talking about trends. Ask the questions so that we can talk about the trends.
See, you are still laughing.
Sorry, I apologize.
You're shining your
Because I was
teeth.
on my teeth.
All of your teeth.
From inside there, they can see my esophagus.
You're
It's
shining
called
all your
uvula.
That dang lip.
Tonsil.
Dang, I think at the back of your throat.
Tonsil.
Actually, this is the part where you do T, and that's the snippet of the episode.
Thank you so much, Dr. Samira. So I wanted to find out what are the current trends that you're seeing at MYDAWA currently. So as of now, what are you seeing?
So we have the seasonal things that come and go. So currently, this cold weather, we're having like lots of flus coming in, and then with the recent floods again, of course, we are seeing a lot of like stomach issues, which is the waterborne diseases.
Right.
So, you having like
cholera,
mixing of the waters and all this thing. But also, like time on time, we have like our, again, it's private, it's safe, it's secure. So we have our infections, whether it's sexual, whether it's UTI, and then now we also have our chronic patients. So we have hypertension, diabetes. Especially, because we've been focusing as well on chronic care as MYDAWA, the brand, we care.
I love that.
So yeah, we have a lot of hypertension, high blood pressure patients and diabetes patients, and what is that? Skin.
Skincare, I was going to say.
Oh my God, we have so much skincare.
Yes, you do.
I love that actually.
Yeah, because of the discounts. Looking at the people behind the camera who give us the nice discounts.
Paying to your
La Roche-Posay.
And more discounts, please. So we have a lot of skincare, we have a lot of the infections, we have the tuhomas like flus, we call them upper respiratory tract infections, so that's your tonsillitis going all the way. So it's anything from your nose going all the way to the back of your throat.
Uvula,
so those are the common things that we see. And then now we also have like, we have partnered with a research company where we are doing a study for PEP and PrEP that has just ended in December, but also we've extended it because again, there are so many patients who are taking post-exposure prophylaxis, pre-exposure prophylaxis still on MYDAWA. So that's still happening under a study protocol. What that means, pre-exposure prophylaxis. So you go do nice things, you protect yourself and your loved one.
Thank you.
Continuously, and then post-exposure, you said, "Oops, it's party time." Oops, and then now you take.
Actually, when we have the conversation about sexual well-being, I'm really excited for us to have a deep dive. Because also, to understand that there are all these options that I don't think people know about.
Of course.
Yeah, because things happen, and sometimes accidents, sometimes just you just made an oops mistake, or you're.
And also just taking care of yourself in general.
So there are all these
those are the recent common conditions we've been seeing and trends we've been seeing.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that it's touching on things that we may already know, which means they're not isolated cases. So there's a lot of people going through skincare and they want to learn more about their skin, oily, whatever, acne prone. There's so many people who want to know much more about sexual health and health, taking care of yourself. So, and there's many people with chronic diseases too, diabetes, there's hypertension. And so it's interesting to see that even in the back end, that those are still the same issues that you can see. I love that.
Yeah, I'm really excited that also one of the beautiful things about this podcast is that we're going to get a chance to delve into all these different topics.
Yes.
And have a deep dive into them individually, not just, as a blanket statement as we're doing now.
And with
So
specialists.
guys, stay tuned. Yeah, come back.
And with specialists,
baby.
guys.
Kujuku. Yeah. Yes, actually we had, and okay, so now maybe the next question to ask you would be concerns. What concerns do you have at the back end of what you do? So I'm guessing maybe this topic would also gel and merge a bit with the myths, but from the back end in what you do, what concerns do you have about the telehealth space?
Individually, as MYDAWA, but also like externally as a country, like there are so many telehealth companies that have come up, and we are yet to serve even a third of the nation.
Is it?
So
That's interesting.
Yeah. So like, what I think I would love to understand who would be like, would you be open to like just getting on a call and getting your health concerns addressed over a phone?
Right.
What would push you to go to a facility instead? And can these facilities then adopt both, where you have a virtual care and you also have a physical care for both? But internally, I think my concerns would be, as I said, quality of clinical care that is being given to the patients out there. Is it of the highest standards? Are you treating them how you treat your mom or your dad or your child, actually?
Right.
And are you treating them are you treating them then to the best of your knowledge? Like 100% you'll sleep at night saying,
I've done my
Enyewe,
best. Yeah.
I did.
I did my best.
Yeah.
And then everything else now is to God.
Yeah.
So, and does everyone else think like that? Or are you, you see? And then another concern, I think, would be the quality of the medication that is out there. As MYDAWA, we are sourcing directly from the manufacturers. We are the distributors, for example, for Novo Nordisk. So things like quality that I think we take for granted because we have put the proper measures in place to adhere to like the higher standards of quality. I don't know if the standard is also the same
Everywhere.
across the board.
Yeah.
We've heard of cases, my telehealth partner, aka workwife, we went to a particular doctor recently and he told us that there's a lot of like, it's not per se parallel import, it's people bringing insulin in a suitcase. So like, you had it, it was good quality when you were in that particular country or whatever, and it was properly packed in like ice packs and all these things, but you yourself decided, let me bring it in and save, like, treat my patients with it, but because it wasn't packaged properly, it wasn't mini. So again,
Oh my goodness.
Imagine.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, so we were also shocked. We were like, what? Like, so yeah, so such insulin exists out there, and you don't know if that's the insulin that you as a patient are going to get. So I think that's one concern for our patients, mostly. And then data privacy. Is my data being protected? Is it being stored properly?
Confidentiality.
The electronic medical record system you're using, is it compliant with the Kenyan standards, national standards, worldwide standards? So how are you making sure that I feel heard, protected, and you still address my health concerns at the end of the day?
That's actually a really good question that I hadn't taken into account, because like, that would be, you need to have all the measures in place, because I wouldn't want, it's the same way you don't want your search history, web history to be
Of course. Revealed.
Specific.
I don't want anyone to see that.
You can go through mine, guys. It's fine.
Next episode, dare you. Let your kiddo up at 20, okay?
Jokes. Would you jokes?
So like, it's the same thing with your medical history, especially like, I'd want you to know that my information is secure and safe. But also, I don't think that's a question people were asking themselves as much before.
100%.
Because we're in a space where data protection, data privacy has become a conversation that's being had a lot more. Now that question arises.
Even when it comes to medication, because you walk into a pharmacy and you ask for a certain medicine and they have it and you buy it and you're not sure. That's scary. Imagine.
Yeah.
You're not even sure that it's original or it's actually going to help whatever situation that you want. And to know that, that's scary.
Yeah. Very true. Because I remember way back in the day, so story time. And not a personal story, but from other people. I remember, do you guys, I don't know if you remember. How old, but then what are your names?
How old are you?
Do you remember they used to have P2 to be able to know the difference? This is post-not too. I hope we have this conversation as well.
We will.
Sexual wellness.
We shall.
There were so many fakes in the country and people ended up getting pregnant after taking P2.
Emergency.
They introduced this thing where you had to scratch at the back to confirm that it was original.
Stop.
There was literally,
that was a pro-life agenda.
You go to a
There's
lini
no
and
way.
you scratch at the back of the, they used to scratch for airtime.
Yeah.
They had a thing and you could check if it was original. Damn. Because of how many people got pregnant after taking
from the emergency pill.
Yeah, and
that's
that
crazy.
was here. Not
it's doing for you
I'm
reverse.
not talking about my I wasn't in my Look at University of Nairobi too, within the nation. I know my accent might sound like I've been around. It's just good English, sweetie. But yeah, in Kenya, people were getting pregnant left, right, center, top, bottom, sideways.
Well, let me just get my medicine from where I know it's original, please. Imagine.
Sure. So true.
Thank you so much, Daktari.
Thank you.
You've really combed my brain.
Yeah, she combed it. I love that. We get very good. Kuta.
So, Dr. Samira, I know we've kept you on toes, so I want to ask you a simple question. How do we reach you?
Cool. So
give us your phone number. Just give me your phone. Let me just text you, sweetie.
Data privacy at Apa. So, at MYDAWA, you can book a consultation on our website or the app. I hope you have the app. Or you can call us directly, or you can send an SMS, and then a doctor will reach out to you. When you book a consultation, you can say you want to speak to Dr. Samira. And you can even select, the system will actually select for you the doctor who's available for that time slot that you want to be called for. Or you can just call directly and ask for me or anyone on my team. And then if my team, once you get my team, they'll just walk you through the whole process that we have for our
What is calling directly? What is the number?
There's a button that says call us.
No, yeah.
We'll put the
here.
number
In the
right
description
here.
box.
Eric, follow my hands. just here. Thank you.
And in the description box.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have all that.
So mydawa.com, the website, or the app. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Hey, you've been so great. Wow.
I feel informed.
You guys have
in a
been
way.
fantastic. Because
Actually, for real. Tana, you really
Feel informed.
Sweetie.
Me.
Yeah, Aish Bwana. What a time.
Yeah.
And can you imagine this is the first episode? I'm so excited to see what you do with the
I can't wait
next.
to be.
And then- I don't know. It's like she's glitching. And I don't know. Like,
I know, guys. It's just the first
the
episode.
studio is glitching. Anyway, guys, that was our first episode. Thank you so much for being here with us, Dr. Samira. And of course, you'll be with us for all the others because
lovely
the three of us
hosts.
are your hosts.
Yes.
Powerpuff
We're
Girls.
really excited to have. Actually, we are after this.
Yes.
We're picking who's who.
Yes.
Bubbles.
Agreed.
Because I'm sweet, you know.
Okay,
Okay.
sweetie.
Wongo.
Who's the other one?
Blossom.
Blossom and who?
Buttercup. I feel like, yeah.
You want Buttercup?
I
Those are
want
the green.
Buttercup,
So
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Blossom, baby. Blossoming.
Yeah.
So, guys, this has been our first episode. We are so happy to have had you here. I hope you stayed up until the end and you're excited for all these conversations we are going to have moving forward in all the next few episodes of this season. We have so much lined up for you guys with so many amazing experts who are going to come on and help us delve into different conversations that we've touched on today even deeper. So please find us, My Health, My Way podcast. Baby. We're going to be on YouTube. We're going to be on all streaming platforms. So whether you're using Spotify, you're using Apple Podcasts, you can get us everywhere. And also every single social media you can think of. Maybe even Snapchat. You know what I'm saying? Like, call me WhatsApp. We can just send for snaps. Like, can you
My YouTube. What's the YouTube name?
My Health, My Way. So across all the platforms, My Health, My Way, you'll find us there. Please follow, please subscribe, hit that bell that does ding, so that whenever we have an episode out, it tells you, baby, come here, I show you something. And yeah, and also please interact with us in the comment section. We want to know, even moving forward, what topics you want to hear about, what in-depth information you'd like us to give you. If there's any maybe concerns, questions you have, talk to us. We want to talk back.
Yappa, Shanice.
We want to yappa with you, Shanice. And you will love it. And we will love it. And we are just so excited. Yeah. So, yes, this has been My Health, My Way.